This is King of Black Supremacy. With this particular video, I want to talk about the God-Man factor and the worldwide plot to destroy the manifestation and the embodiment of the God-Man, which is a representation of absolute power, supreme intelligence, that would be revolution, without doubt. That there is a worldwide conspiracy to prevent that from happening, and it's written into the consensus reality. In this particular video, I want to use Guru Ram Rahim. I could use a lot of people. Dr. Malachi York, Alpha from Barbada, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, Prince 13 Heads, Master Farad Muhammad. I could have used so many people, the Gangbang Guru of Jamaica. There's so many people who could have been used in this video because there's a pattern and they've used the same tactics over and over again out of their fear of the God-Man factor. It's a recurring theme, as you will see in this video. Ram Rahim was a very powerful guru in India with over 60 million worldwide followers. And he was taken down by the government of India with the use of the media, demonized, defamed. See, we thought it was just a thing that was going on in America happening with black people. This video will show that it's a human consciousness issue, that our evolution to democracy is our fear of men who can possess absolute and divine power on this earth, and our escape from that because that has been demonized. We flock to democracy and we become slaves of our governments and our institutions. They protect us from the fear of the God-Man, of the theocratic monarch, of the so-called dictator, of this all-powerful absolute entity that has been presented as being corrupt. No man should have that kind of power. We fear that. And out of our fear by that, we're manipulated by those government agencies and institutions and those groups that capitalize off of our fear of the God factor. They make money when society is set up in a way. They cater more to groups, group interests, that keep certain groups in power. We want change, but as long as those groups stay in power, there will never be change. And that individual who is the God factor will be in the most practical position, the most realistic position to induce social change, because the amount of esteem, the amount of influence, the amount of wealth, and the amount of intelligence that they have possessed that have slipped under the radar, that amount of power can change the world overnight, and they know this. So they must suppress the masses of people to make sure none of them awaken or become conscious. Because they know that in that masses, that there's one among them who can reach the God factor consciousness that will radically change the world and change society as we know it. They're absolutely clear on this fact. In this video, I will show you a pattern that will seem very familiar to you, of how they continue to take down gurus and God-men, labeling them as cult leaders, making up allegations against them, getting them for money laundering, rape allegations, human trafficking, pedophilia, etc. Attacking them for living lavishly. But while their diplomats and their politicians within their so-called democratic governments and Republican governments
live as lavish or more lavish than these God men. The bankers, the 1%. But they're able to get away with it because they are no threat to the structure, to the system. They're no threat to the matrix of stagnation, of the evolution of human consciousness. So they're allowed to have this wealth. They choose the individuals who will represent these groups, who will represent the elite. They choose the ones that they will allow to have a certain amount of power and esteem and fame and position. And those individuals are expendable and they are puppets of the elite. But every now and then, an individual will awaken as a representative of the God-man factor. The ultimate threat to society, to the consensus reality, to the matrix. The embodiment of enlightenment, of an awakened entity, of an awakened being. And they will gain so much power and wealth and influence that they won't be able to stop the change that this man will be able to create. I intend to show you something that you will recognize in this video that will be very near to you. We saw it with Dr. Malachi Z. York. We saw it with Yahweh Ben Yahweh. We saw it with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We continue to see it over and over again, the fear and the demonization of the God factor in man. Our awakening will happen with man, with the embodiment of man. They have you pray to a mystery God, while elite groups control all the resources, control all the wealth, and manipulate the masses of asses for their agenda. But they demonize the God-man that can awaken you and establish a utopia on earth, that can establish heaven on earth, that can establish the kingdom of God, that can actually fulfill your desire for the manifestation of a divine reality on earth. These men are capable, and they're able to go to war with forces that be, to become a militant force of social change through their teachings, through their message, through their organization, into their implementation of new ideas and a new vision in this world. I intend to show you that in this particular video. Stay tuned. I used Raheem because I didn't want nobody to get emotional about the black leaders in America that they hate. So I used someone outside of America to also show you that this is a worldwide phenomenon of the fear of the God-man factor and the evolution from feudalism to democracy. Democracy was created to suppress individual exponential growth into absolute power. The whole education system, the media, and capitalism is meant to suppress all individuals and hope that they would suppress the individual. It's happening in India, it's happening in America, it's happening in Europe, it's happening in Iceland, France, Greece, Canada. The list goes on. But I just want to give you one example here, and I'll just call this the fear of the God-man factor part 1.
Da